All right.
Does it work alright without it?
Guys, today we will go through the common test questions. And Jason, everyone else. Guys, tomorrow we got double and it's Friday and usually you guys don't have teacher, right, on Friday. It's always minimal supervision. Okay? So I suggest that you bring a textbook tomorrow for 2 periods, 1 and 2. Huh? Say that again, Tristan. Yeah. Okay, Brighton, that's yours. Tristan, Barkers, Lachlan, Kevin, Jason, Ryan. Take that. Okay, you keep it. And guys, you will. Okay. You will write the answer. You will write the answer. Okay, we go through this together, and then we have some space here. Okay, whatever things that. Okay, let's write the answer on the other side of the page. Okay, first question: what is an algorithm? And yeah, a few people say, yeah, that's the way of thinking, which is good. I like that. That's because I always say that. Okay, but if you want to do in a formal way, it is a method of solution for a problem, right? That means everyone have different method. It's just like everyone have different way of making coffee. Okay, it can be the ways of thinking, which is good. So most of people get the mark for that. Okay, linear search, Lachlan, search and sort. They are two different things. When you search, it means you're looking for things. Linear search, the information in the array, right, do not need to be sorted. Okay?
No, but like when I wrote in ascending order, it goes through the array in ascending order or down the array in descending order.
Okay.
That you can't linear search going 1, 5, 3, 4, 6.
Yep. Did you get a mark?
I got 1 out of 2.
1 or 2. Ascending order. Okay. I think it's just the word choice. Next time, because the array, right? The array have starting point to the end. Maybe you say start to end. Right, you can say from left to right or right to left. Okay, or from starting point to the end or from the end to the starting point. Because when you're using ascending order or descending order, that means everything already sorted, right? Right, I know that you get a good mark, but do not take things for granted, okay? You still need to study hard. Yes, because, guys, this is only 10%, right? This is only 10%, is not a lot. But for the half yearly, it will be have more. Okay, take a look at the number 3. Okay, Tristan, he owned a computer shop in Goban, okay? And he wished to do the e-commerce over the internet, right? And he has some design idea, but the thing is that he worried about the safety of the internet, and he also worried about the financial transaction. Some people answer end user. No ways, end user, you don't do that. Okay, guys, this one, right? The question asks you what is the a suitable software development approach. Okay, some people order structured.
That's why we shut the door.
Yeah. Piss off, kids.
But it's stuffy.
Open the windows there.
And then it's noisy.
Is that
Okay. Some people answer structured approach, which is good. Okay. But then when you answer, if your answer is a structured approach, then you need to also give the reason, right? Why and what is so good, what is so fantastic about the structured approach, okay? And some people answer prototype, which is good as well. Then you need to say, okay, why is that you're using prototype, right? For me, I will use combine between prototype and structured. Prototype is I will do more on interface. That means I can show Tristan, okay, this is prototype one. Take a look at the interface. Do you like it? If if it's okay, then we continue we build on it. You know what I mean? Because Tristan he's the computer owner. I mean computer shop owner. So therefore he may not be like a technical guy. So you need to show him the user interface that step by step, right? Something like that. So therefore prototyping is good. And but at the same time, because the question say um, because the question also say that Tristan he worried about financial transaction. So if he worried about something like that, that means he needs something in a solid and structured manner. So therefore, we using a structured approach as well, because a structured approach is like you need to finish one thing first before you move forward, something like that. Yes. Anyone got mark for this? Out of what? Out of five. Okay. Okay, take a look at number 4. Vargas. He owned the franchise company, right? And the thing is that guy, whatever the case scenario on top, and that it just gives you the context of the scenario. Yes, but the question is at the bottom, the last 2 lines said that list, okay, list and describe some of the design aspect from the user perspective, right? From the user perspective, okay? So, when you're talking about this, you can talk about the interface design, the appropriate icon, easy to use, and also the appropriate messages. For example, if you click wrong button or whatever, the error pop up. Make sure it makes sense. And you can talking about the relevant to the user environment, because in this environment the user using Microsoft Windows, okay? And you can talking about the computer configuration, how to set up, need to be simple, because we say that it need to be from user perspective, okay, not from the programmer of the designer perspective. Yes, Jason Backus, you pay attention? You reading? All right. Okay, guys, take a look at number 5. Number 5, I know it's a bit hard. Okay, because number 5, I think it's too theory. The number 5 is a bit hard. Number 5, outline the areas that should be considered when developing a set of design specification, right? Well, when you do the design specs, you can talk in 2 areas. One is the specification for the user, for the end user, and the other one is for who? For the developer, yes. Okay, so there are 2 types of this specification, right? So for the user, okay, let's say design specific, design specific, design spec for the user, when you can talking about the experience of the user, okay? And then you also can talking about the standard of the user interface, right? That's for the user. But design spec for programmer or developer, it will be different, okay? It should provide the framework or the pseudocode, the flowchart, something like that. Yes, that's like, it's more like 2 different things, 2 different worlds, yes? That for number 5. Guys, I know that number 5 is a bit hard. Even me myself, I thought, oh yeah, I shouldn't put that in, but I did. Yeah, but I told you after that that um, it will be what 3 and 4 as well. There is chapter 1. No, there is chapter 2 somewhere. There are 2 questions from chapter 2. Okay. 6. Context diagram. Context diagram, there should be only two pictures that we use, circle and square. Okay, circle is a process. Square is entity. Yes? And therefore, in this, right, in this database, in context diagram, we don't use this picture as a database. This is database in data flow diagram. But in context diagram, because it become an entity, we'll use square instead.
So you
So,
can just put like a database, but
yeah,
square.
didn't I fix it for you in your
Yeah.
paper?
No, you didn't put it.
Oh, I think I fixed it for everyone. Oh, okay. Do this on your empty space. I do this for you.
Yeah, I didn't put it down.
Yeah, I mean, I
GFI?
got a mark for it,
Database?
but I didn't
Yeah, but
call
it's-
it square.
No, as long as it makes sense.
Oh. No, I did the thing, but I just put database.
Software
Two
application.
persons. Oh, whatever.
Okay, the circle is the process, and we have the user. What is the user do? The user we put in search criteria. And formatted result.
Like this thing you did, man.
This is the stole my food.
This is the thing. Who stole one?
Stole my life.
You did cereal off,
Oh,
actually.
I was looking at it, and then you like,
Kevin
showed
got a
me
bit
once.
real there.
Really? What did you think?
Okay,
I didn't even see
I tell you what, to make your life easy, okay guys, the way we do context diagram is like this. Okay, we have the process. We have the entity, the user we put in the search criteria. And then the process here, right? We'll send in the search request, or maybe we call query request. Okay, database we do something. Database we put in the query result back to the process. I think Bacchus, you have 2 processes, right?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know what to put in.
Yeah, okay. That's
I don't know
why,
what to name.
yeah, it just says some application. That's why if you can combine that,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so just
okay.
software.
yeah. And the software we process, and then it will print out or do formatted result. Result, okay? That it should be like that. Some people I give mark if you like close enough, okay? Okay, the killing part. Question 7. Only one student can answer.
Oh, we didn't do it. We had to read the book to know.
We
Yeah.
did.
The question 6 before was in the book too. It's just like straight there.
Yeah, it's just in the
I
book.
just remembered it and copied it.
We did structured charts like once.
We did.
Once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, you had to read.
Were you here, Tristan? Maybe Tristan wasn't here.
Or probably.
Yeah, maybe you go for the spot one. That's why I studied from the textbook. Okay.
I did, but only chapter 1 and 2.
I know, my bad. Yeah, but after that, before exam, then I told you guys.
No, you didn't. You said chapter
No.
1 and 2.
I know, but
3 and 4 will be there too.
Oh, no, I just read the book. I was like, okay.
No, but after that, I think before the exam, then I told you guys that, oh, I need to change the, and then I told you guys that I need to change the exam, right?
The thing has lots of
Yeah.
content already.
What? Chapter 1 and 2.
No.
It says 1 to 4 or 5. I didn't know what this
I know, that is, I think before
Like,
exam, no,
Yeah.
because I remember, because 1 week before exam, then I told you guys in class that I will change the format of the exam because we are faster than the year before.
Yeah, it says social and ethical application of
Yeah,
study. like define and understanding.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
On the notification, it has 4 chapters.
Yeah.
And then Sir said, "Oh no, we're only doing 2." And then I was like, "Oh, this is 4." And then he was, "Alright, we're doing 4."
Yeah. And yeah, I know, guys. It's my
So,
bad. But
misunderstanding.
okay, shh. This is only 10%, guys. This is only 10%. This is only 10%. Come on. Okay. For the structure chart. Okay. Copy this. That is the decision.
Do you have another color?
Oh yeah.
Use my green pen. You just stole it.
No, I was gone. You said you didn't say.
You need-
Oh. What's the
Yo,
difference?
this one I just didn't
This is on the
time
left.
for.
Yeah,
I
like
do a
a little
Photoshop
mark.
first, you know.
No, this one doesn't have any black in it.
I work on Photoshop first.
No, I'm just gonna use this one.
You use black.
Not really. Only for like titles and editing and
I
whatnot.
drew a Photoshop
And
first. I
exams,
work
yeah.
on Photoshop.
You need to start using black.
Yeah, I know.
Does it feel different when you use that?
Enough time to look at pastel
Because I
Makes
down
sense.
myself.
Well done.
I didn't do that one. It's, I don't remember.
I'm glad though you managed to see for my program where I was going with it. I was like, oh, I don't think I wrote enough.
Guys, in HSC, every year we have this question.
We haven't really done it, right?
We did
Make
It's in
the
the
chart.
textbook.
the structure chart. We did. We did.
We did.
We did. We did. I remember. We did.
Did you not? Oh, you
Yeah, we did. I know, but we did just one lesson. Why don't you write in the on another page, Mister?
So when I flick back to it, I can see what.
Okay, this a decision, right? For example, we have the module. Now, if we have the module or subroutine, something like this, right? And then it called, I can have maybe in your calculator, I can have a menu, yes, and I can have add, subtract, multiply, division, for example, right? And if I put in this whatever like a square here, so more or less it tells me that it needs to make a decision. It looks like a diamond from the flow chart, you see, right? Okay. And I say, oh, if I need to repeat, and I say, okay, you repeat this until the user press exit or press Q, right? Yep, we can do that. And the module and the line is mean you call that submodule. Yes? And then you can pass in some parameter. When I say parameter, it can also be an, what is another name for parameter, Marcus? What is another name for parameter? Argument. Without this.
Oh,
Okay? And okay, if guy, okay, if not, okay, if not shaded, it means it just pass in some normal argument, okay, or parameters. But if we shade it like this, it's a flag, right? True or false. Okay? So okay, that is a structure chart. Guys, in this course, you need to know the structure chart, you need to know flow chart, you need to know contact diagram, you need to know data flow diagram. So 4 things,
I just
right?
like to do the structure charts, man.
Okay? So I know that this is new, but we did in class. Okay, flow chart. When you do start or end, make sure it Marcus, in flowchart, what is the picture or what is the diagram that we use for start or end? Yeah, guys, when you draw the oval, make sure it look like, huh?
Why'd you name it oval? It's oval.
That's why sometimes when you draw, right, make sure it look like an oval, not circle. Okay.
Oh, it has. That is a circle.
Marcus is just bad at drawing. He needs work on
I
drawing.
know. All right.
But it's not circle.
Okay. Okay.
Work on your drawing.
Ryan,
Yeah.
some of your picture is flipped.
One of them-
It's flipped, right?
One of them's right, one of them's wrong. The online input here it says that it is. Oh, no, that way.
No, is that
It's a
online
numbers.
input?
Yeah.
Is the other is you need to flip it.
It's a numbers. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Just think of it as that.
Okay. Copy this. Copy this.
No, it's an online input.
Yeah.
It's like
I know.
it's a square, but this goes up that way, and I go up that way.
There are many things that we use. There are many things that we don't use. Okay. So this. Okay. This one you already know. This one, I guess. I hope that everyone know.
I don't know what process, but I know what it's called.
Process.
It does a calculation.
Yeah, it's process.
I know.
We shall never use this picture.
So if I put like oval and there's not like oval and I just write oval to it.
Yeah. This one we shall never use ever. Punch card.
Back in the day.
Okay, Ryan, this is the online input. For me, right, Ryan? I don't know what to do. I just do this one. Because this one we cover everything. This one is for input and output.
Yeah,
This one is decision.
Is function wrong as well? Because
Huh?
I had 4 of them, and then I put function as well, like rectangle with 2 lines.
Yeah, that should work. That should be function. I
That's
think.
fine too.
Yeah. And some, we have something like this. If you want to put in, it's just connection.
Okay.
But we hardly use in our programming anyway, right? So the main thing that we use is just this for. Or sometimes we use database.
Saying chat like rapper. Hey. That's what it is. Hey.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right. Take a look at number 9. 5 area. Okay, when we consider the quality assurance, well, you can talk about so many things. For example, you can talk about efficiency, reliability, usability, accuracy, maintainability, testability, and reusability. Right?
I put efficiency in appearance.
Okay, number 9, right? You can answer in many different things. You can say, you can talk about efficiency. You can talk about integrity.
What's in the
Good question, Marcus. Is the correctness of the data within system?
get paid?
I got the MS degree with science, so I was trying to get to
I got one where someone actually tried to do it because it was from like, it said from iPad Air in Sydney. I was like, I don't have an iPad Air and I haven't been to Sydney for a while, so
Yeah, it's like that's definitely like that. Yep, you can look for something. So we can change passwords.
Okay, we have efficiency. I will just skip that. Okay, intricity already done that. The correctness of the data, reliability. Okay, reliability it means that guys over time, right? The software need to be still function over time. Okay, usability. The software is learned and used. That means it's I would say easy to use. Okay, ease of use. Oh, ease of use. It's more like it's from the user perspective, ease of use and accuracy. Perform its function correctly. The other one, maintain ability and testability. Reusability. The last one we're talking about that many times, right? Reusability. Okay. Guys, everyone want to copy that? I suggest that you copy that. Come on. Yeah, reusability. We talk about that many times as a programmer. Then we talk about number 10. Guys, I know that number 10, not many people can answer that, but sometimes you need to use a common sense as
I
well.
got 3 months. Yep, I did. Ah, no, we were wrong. So I got it now. Yes, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. Thank you.
Jason, when you take photo, make sure that you go and read as well. Don't just take photo. Yeah.
Oh, it isn't right now.
Okay.
It
just takes photos of files and it doesn't do anything.
really, it just
Yeah.
takes photos and sits there. It's just in the glass. It's
Yeah.
Who?
Nick,
Nick.
Chris Jarrett. You used to
Ah.
be in the
Okay, yeah. He withdraw from maths, right?
Yeah,
No one
he was in mathematics because he thought he was that good and then all of a sudden he dropped from maths.
Alright.
Together.
Yeah,
Didn't even-
he doesn't. He was in our class and he just sat there and didn't do anything all lesson. He drew stuff in his book and then
Yeah, I used to have him in
Yeah.
no,
yeah.
he got depressed and threw his feeling test.
He got what?
Some Miss Eagles told him he had to do work and he got really upset. He started
Why not
drawing
do
roses and shit.
You can't get upset to me in Mrs. Eagle class.
Too rosy.
She won't tolerate that. Alright. 10. Guys, this is sometimes you need to use your common sense as a human being. Okay?
I did this. You didn't even give answers. I did. I put 3 dot point answers. And I got the same marks as Kevin writing 2 full sentences. It needs stop.
Okay. Okay, guys, often multiple programmers in different countries, okay, work on the same software project, okay. List 3 management issues. We're talking about management issues, okay, that need to be addressed to ensure that the code is not lost or overwritten and this and that. Okay. Guys, this type of question is open-end questions, right? You can answer whatever way you want, but you need to back it up with your reason as well. Here are my possible issues. For example, if I have different programmers work in different countries, I think the version might be different because first, the time zone is different. if I sit here in Australia and my other programmer can be in Eastern Europe or whatever because they're quite good. People from Russia, they're good programmer, and
They're good at anything.
um,
They
I
go
think
literally anything.
Ukraine. No, no, no.
Yeah,
People from
yeah.
Ukraine, they're quite good as well.
Russians are bad at games.
Okay.
They're not.
Not all the things, obviously.
No,
Okay, guys. For example, if I write some code, right, you need to have some version. Okay. But just for example, okay, this is version 1, this is version 2 or whatever, right? So you need to know which version that you are working on, and because of the time zone as well, you need to back up your work. So you can use whatever the cloud services that you use. For example, you can use Dropbox and Box. What are other cloud services that we have? OneDrive. Yeah, but Google. Yeah, something like that. Okay.
No, OneDrive is Android.
OneDrive is Microsoft.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you used it? Is it?
Which one?
OneDrive.
They are the same. They are the same. OneDrive, Google Drive, and Dropbox.
Pay for OneDrive most of the time.
Yeah, you can use Office Lens to like send things to your OneDrive and then print it onto your
OneDrive's
laptop.
only good so you can have your Word documents and stuff
Yeah.
on all of
Yeah,
your
that's what I did.
I use OneDrive for my work and Google Drive.
That's why I
just
use
go.
OneNote online.
I have an app on my phone that takes pictures of
That's
things
why I
and
just
then
use
sends it to
Yeah, I
my
use
laptop,
Google Drive.
and that's what I use it for.
Yeah.
Just Office Lens.
Guys, apart from that, what else can be the issues if like programmers work in different locations? Language?
People don't work at the same time.
Yes. So you don't expect people to work 9 to 5. So you can't get upset when people call. You can't get upset when people email you at 10 p.m. Right? In this type of thing, so you need to accept that, and security and backup as well, right? Because if we use other OneDrive, Dropbox, Google Drive, or whatever, that means the security need to be in place as well. Yes, and I think it's also planning. I think it's also planning and designing overall of the software structure. Yes. Okay. Now,
We should scare them. This is kids peeping through the window. We're gonna scare them. Can we scare them? It's like with that. Oh no! I was rest my like.
okay, guys. 11. List and describe 3 advantages of contract-based employment for both employer and employee. Okay, guys, contract-based is different from employment-based. For me, right, I am a teacher. Guys, for example, I am a teacher. Am I on contract or I'm on employment? Employment. Marcus, do you know the difference between employment and contract-based?
Well, yeah, but.
I know that you got full mark, but sometimes maybe because the marker is just
Was
Be
an employment like full
generous.
time, like generally full time? It's kind of a contract is like, oh yeah, you're working here for like a week.
very good. Yep. Yeah.
Okay, I know this.
Yeah, contract basis. Your
That's
work
why
is set in stone.
Okay.
basically.
Yeah. Well, no,
Employment.
Well,
It's
unless they
employment,
terminate it.
employment.
Yeah, your employment is set in stone.
Contract basis.
Oh, they can terminate it.
Contract base is mainly trade. There's like, oh yeah, builder, you build this, you do concrete here for a week, and then
You get this much money.
Yes.
They
And
have
so
a fixed
electricity,
Okay.
yeah, you work here for a week, fix this, and that's it.
That's what I talked about. I was like, it's a fixed cost. for
Yeah.
contract base.
I own a company, IBM. I'm a big boss. I'm rich. I have Lachlan on the employment, right? Well, we're talking about the employment base first, and then we're gonna talk about the contract base later. Guy, the employment base, I think is quite it's tradition as old. Nowadays, most of companies they prefer the contract base, but we're gonna talk about that later. What good and bad? Okay, employment base. Well, if maybe back in year 2000 when the IT industry is like booming, .com everywhere, and also the Y2K problems, right? That time it's good to employ someone. For example, I employ Lachlan on the employment base. So what happened? Lachlan, he have a set fixed salary, right? Whatever his wages, okay? So that means this one it will be it doesn't matter if Lachlan work hard or lazy, he get the same pay every month or every 2 weeks, right? It doesn't matter if the company busy, doing very well, or the company got no work, no project at all. Lachlan still get the same fixed salary, right? That is good for employee, bad for employer. Now, employer getting smarter. Employer love to put people on contract base, and programmer also they prefer to work on contract as well. That become a freelance. Okay. Lachlan on the employment base. Ryan, in contrast, will be on contract base. Contract base means okay. Now I got a project from RTA to write some Java program in the speeding camera, whatever, right? I have this project, a few $1,000,000, and then I go and I know that Ryan is good in Java. So I go and employ Ryan to work in Java component, maybe for 6 months, right? So for the employer perspective, Vargas, make sure you pay attention. Okay, from employer perspective, it's good in such a way that, I know that person is good with Java, so I go and get him. Instead of have Lachlan, maybe Lachlan good with something else but not Java. So for those people, if you are in employment base, then you stop. In contract base, I go and get contract for Ryan to come and work on Java component. At the same time, I need someone to work on database as well. I know that Tristan is really good with database, with SQL, with Oracle. Then I go and get Tristan on the contract base as well for 6 months to work on the database side. At the same time, I know, Jason really good with user interface. Jason can come and work on GUI, right? So I think it's win-win for both employer and also employee. With this type of thing, maybe you say, I tell you what, guys, don't come to office. You can work from home, okay? Maybe you come to the office every Friday for the meeting, right? What happened? I save cost on the office space and also the commute time as well, right? Something like that. It's good for the employee as well in such a way that, okay, right, if you're good with Java, if you're going to work for 6 months, will you demand higher pay? Because I'm a specialist, I'm good with Java, so therefore, for employee can demand the high pay. Tristan, he's really good with database. Then Tristan say, you want me for 6 months? Fine, but I demand this type of money. Jason good with GUI. Say, okay, you want my skill? I work for you for 6 months, but this is this type of money that I want. I think it's win-win, right? Okay, that is the contract base. All right, 12. Outline the difference between sequential file and the structure file. The random file. Guys, sequential file, when you give the example, you should give the example of all those, the cassette tape, the music cassette tape, or the, is it VHS? VHS tape as well. That's the sequential. Guys, sequential, that means when you access the file, right, you access from starting point to the end. You cannot skip. For example, the backup tape or whatever tape that they have, that is sequential. Okay? It's different from the CD, DVD, hard disk, USB. All those are Random, that means anything that you need, you just randomly to access the file. Yes? 13. Kristen, you need to calculate the percentage.
Yeah, I needed to do that as well. I didn't have enough time to calculate the percentage.
Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, guys, algorithm is good in such a way that you can write your own. You can write your own algorithm, but as long as it answer the questions. Okay, here is my algorithm. Maybe you want to copy that and then compare with yours one. See which one is better. Okay, this is my one. I will do begin. Oh, right.
Yeah, so I only did it because I worked better off for the trust and go to the
Okay, yes, yes. Anything you are going to?
I didn't do it.
You didn't do it.
You
do
do
flow
it.
chart.
Yeah, I was gonna do a flow chart. Yeah.
I
Wait,
knew where I was
we
going
did this-
with it. I just didn't have enough time to.
Okay, good, good.
The coin tossing one.
No, the test. Where's my
Yeah. There's one.
Yeah, got it.
The way that I did is different from you guys, but just compare, okay? You don't have to follow my way of doing it. Most of people get it quite good, okay? Guys, algorithm, every year we have question in algorithm. For me, I do as array, but who cares? You guys can do as variable. That's fine.
Minor one. So good.
Well, I use T because I need to toss the coin, right? And then toss. And then I just random. Generate the random number.
No, it's gold.
See that?
Oops, 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 oops. I use uppercase R.
I was trying. I was busy thinking. Why?
What? It was literally.
20 seconds.
You just rushed it, man.
Yeah. What's this?
Kevin needed one more one.
Literally, well, maybe 3 more lines of code. If I was going to say.
Wait, did you know what the
And I know
what
what I
you
would
do
write
is,
too.
what-
It's literally
what's
just
the point of that?
making the like divided by 1 million,
Yeah, what
And
what
that's
is
the
what that
percentage
is based on what
one.
you look at?
like for heads,
Yes.
and then nums we can be tails.
Or based on that. Right. So Bagus, what is this? What is it? What is that? It's huh? Oh yeah, $250 drone for $5. $30, sorry. I saw one on here. It's like $200 you get a $4,000 drone. What?
You copy this, Jason, or you are you gonna take a photo?
Heck, photo.
But make sure that you
And store it in. Delete it later.
make sure that you read that later.
I was just hoping that
RNG.
was the factor that could
RNG.
I was like, just gonna say
Russian number
use
generator.
RNG. Russian number generator.
Yeah.
Russian number generator.
Goddamn Russians.
I was just like use RNG to generate number.
Yep, that's
That's why
my
everyone thinks the arcade is good.
compare with yours.
It's like, what if it's